gentlemen, my name is Sabinus, a price action swing trader. In this video, I'm going to share a simple habit that has saved me from countless bad trades over the years. Before I enter a trade, I ask myself three important questions. These questions help me to avoid emotional decisions, stay disciplined and focus on high quality setup. But here is the most interesting part. At DSFX7 Apex, these three questions are actually connected to our 7 core principles: direction, location, precision, confirmation, risk, execution, and discipline. Let's go straight to the chart.
All right, number one, here we have direction. What is the market direction? So before entering any trade, the first thing I ask myself is, what is the market direction? Is the market bullish? Is it bearish? Or is it moving sideways? Observe this chart. Price is creating higher highs, higher low. That tells me buyers are in control. Since buyers are in control, I'm only interested in buying. As a trader, our job is not to predict. Our job is to align ourselves with what price is already doing. So here, sellers are in control. I'm not looking for buys. I'm looking for selling opportunities. So this is the first DSFX7 principle: direction. Without direction, there is no trade. All right. So now that I know my direction, where do I want to enter? This is when location comes in. Many traders get direction right and still lose money. Why? Because they enter at bad locations. Observe this chart. Notice how price already moved aggressively upwards. A beginner sees this move and buys immediately. But then price retraced and stopped them out. The problem was not direction. The problem was location. At DSFX7 Apex, we don't chase price. We wait for price to come to us. Okay? So now I have mapped out my zones. Now I know my direction. I know my locations. These are the area where I want to do business. All right. This is the second DSFX principle: location. A good location improves an average setup. All right. A bad location destroys a good setup. So let's talk about precision. Precision. So now that price has reached my location, am I entering at best possible area? This is where precision comes in. They look for best entry possible because right here you might think that the market has gotten to your zone, but if you don't have a plan, it might stop you out for going to your direction. All right. So when you wait for the best setup, the tighter the entry, the smaller the stop loss. The smaller the stop loss, the better the risk to reward. This is DSFX7 principle number 3, precision. All right. We don't chase, we position. Confirmation. Now, ask yourself, do I have confirmation yet at this zone? Because anytime I'm entering a trade, I do ask myself question and have evidence before entering a trade. All right. So confirmation is evidence. Professional traders don't trade hope, they trade evidence. So here we can see a rejection candle on this resistance area. All right. That is a sign that sellers are stepping back into the market. This is DSFX7 principle number 4, confirmation. So this candle has confirmed us that we are ready to go back to where the market came from. All right, we have already know that the direction of the market is bearish. All right, so no confirmation, no trade. Risk. Now, I ask myself another question. How much am I risking? All right, at DSFX7 Apex, capital preservation first. Before I enter any trade, I already know my entry, my stop loss, my target. If this trade does not fit my risk rules, I skip it. All right, this is DSFX7 principle number 5, risk. Protecting capital is more important than chasing profits. So let's talk about execution. Everything we discussed before this point was analysis. Direction. We have already know our direction. Location. We know our location. Precision. Confirmation. The candle here has confirmed us that the market is ready to go back to our direction. All right. Risk and execution is where the analysis becomes a trade. All right. This is my entry area. At this point, I'm not looking for more confirmation. I'm not looking for another indicator. I'm not looking for another opinion. The setup has already made my rules. So this is my stop loss. Before I enter the trade, I already know where I am wrong. If price reaches this level, I accept loss and move on. All right. And this is my TP. On this trade, I have TP1 and TP2. All right. So here is my overall TP on this trade. So before I enter the trade, I already know where I want to exit. Okay. It is what it is. But you have to notice something important. Before clicking sell, I already know my entry, my stop loss, my take profit. All right. The decision has already been made. Okay. Many traders think execution means pressing buy or sell. That is not execution. Execution means following the plan exactly as it was designed. No hesitation, no fear, no excitement, just following the process. So, with that being said, this particular trade, I executed this trade. I even dropped this trade on TikTok and my free Telegram. It is a free trade. I still drop it on my Signal channel. All right. This is actually the result of the trade. Notice something. This profit was not created when the trade closed. All right. This profit was created when the trade was planned correctly. So you have to know that a successful trade was executed according to plan. The trade was respected. The stop loss was respected. The target was respected. The result is simply the outcome of following the process. All right. Execution is not about making money. Execution is about following the plan. When you consistently execute quality setups, profit become a byproduct of discipline and preparation. All right, this is DSFX7 principle number 6. Execution. After execution comes discipline. Now, notice what happened here. The trade was already in profit, but emotions started to take over. His hands were shaking. He wanted to close the trade early, not because the setup changed, not because the market structure changed, but because emotions appeared. And this is where most traders fail. They enter correctly, then fear takes over. They become afraid of giving profits back to the market. All right. And I give him a simple answer because when you have planned yourself to take a trade, what makes you a trader is when you stick to the plan after the trade. I always tell my traders that once you plan yourself, place a trade, you obey the rules of set and forget. All right. So my answer was simple: set and forget. Why? Because the trade was already planned, the entry was planned, The stop loss was planned. The take profit was planned. All right. Nothing had changed. Now, look at the result. The profit was not created because we got lucky. The profit was created because the plan was respected. So discipline is trusting your process when emotion try to take control. Okay, anyone can follow a plan before entering a trade. Professional traders follow the plan after entering the trade. All right, this means follow your plan to enter your trade and still follow your plan after entering the trade. All right, always maintain your plan. Okay, execution plays the trade. Discipline keeps you in the trade. Execution gets you into the market. Discipline stop you from sabotaging yourself. This is DSFX7 principle number 7. Discipline. Because a great setup without discipline is still a losing trade. Welcome to the discipline side of Forex.